Good evening, visitors. Welcome to the Australian War Memorial's last post ceremony. My name is Holly Pritchard, and joining us today from the Royal Australian Air Force is Flight Sergeant Kylie Bremner. 2026 marks 125 years of dedicated service by the Australian Army and its predecessors. Today, we remember and pay tribute to Second Lieutenant Seawood Peter Keay. We warmly welcome the delegation from the United States Department of War and Mr. Greg Hood, representing the Air Force Association. We welcome the veterans who have served, those that are still serving, and the families that love and support them. The live stream of this ceremony is made possible by the Returned and Services League of Australia and the RSL and Services Clubs Association. We welcome members who are watching the broadcast of this ceremony across Australia. During this evening's ceremony, wreaths will be laid at the base of the Pool of Reflection by visitors to the memorial. If you are able, please stand and join in singing the national anthem. Those who are able to do so, please be seated. The Australian War Memorial was the vision of Charles Bean, Australia's First World War official historian. Bean landed with the Australian troops on Gallipoli and stayed with them at the front through to the end of the war. The idea of this national memorial and museum came to him at Pozières, France, in the depths of the bloody fighting of 1916. Bean's idea was that this would be a place where families and friends could mourn loved ones buried in faraway places. It would also be a place that could help all Australians understand what these men and women had endured and what they had done for us. Bean's vision, to which we remain true, is best expressed as inscribed in the entrance to the memorial's galleries. Here is their spirit, in the heart of the land they loved, and here we guard the record which they themselves made. Tonight, we will read the story behind just one of those on the Roll of Honour, which lists the names of more than 103,000 men and women who have given their lives for us in war and on operations for more than a century. But first, we present a lament, Flowers of the Forest. Wreaths and floral tributes will now be laid at the base of the Pool of Reflection.
Today we remember and pay tribute to Second Lieutenant Seawood Peter Keay. Seawood Keay was born in Williamstown, Victoria in June 1895. Known as Stan, he was the third of 5 children born to Peter and Clara Keay. Seawood grew up in the family home in Hallis Street, Brunswick. After completing his schooling, he found work as a clerk with the public service while undertaking commercial training. Keay attempted to enlist in the Australian Imperial Force 3 times, first on the 8th of January 1915 and again on the 10th of January 1916. Both times his bad knee precluded him from active service, though he was able to briefly serve as a company clerk on the 19th of January 1916 and given the rank of acting corporal. His application for active service was finally accepted on the 18th of June 1916, and he was assigned to the 4th Reinforcements of the 59th Battalion with the rank of private. After less than 2 months of initial training, Private Seawood Keay departed Melbourne in HMAT Orsova on the 1st of August 1916, bound for England. In England, Keay was briefly attached to the 15th Infantry Training Battalion at Herdcott, before being detached for duty to the 1st Australian Army Pay Corps in London in late September 1916. In early November, Keay found himself in hospital suffering from nasal problems and headaches, but within a few days returned to headquarters and the Pay Corps for the winter of 1916 to 1917. Keay rejoined the 15th Training Battalion at Herdcott on the 23rd of April 1917, and 2 days later proceeded overseas to France to join the 59th Battalion in the field. By the 2nd of May, with his knee causing issues once again, Keay was detached to the 15th Infantry Brigade headquarters. He remained working within the headquarters as a clerk for the next few months, moving to the 5th Divisional headquarters in late June and returning to AIF headquarters in London on the 23rd of September. During this period, Keay was accepted for training with the fledgling Australian Flying Corps. On the 5th of October 1917, he left the AIF headquarters in London and marched into the AFC depot at Holton Camp in East Wendover to begin his flying training. Mustered as an air mechanic 2nd class, he joined the No. 1 School of Military Aeronautics at Reading. By 1918, aircraft were equipped with machine guns and were used as fighters for reconnaissance or artillery spotting and for bombing operations inside enemy territory. Keay graduated from the School of Military Aeronautics on the 16th of June 1918 and was appointed a flying officer pilot with the rank of 2nd Lieutenant. He proceeded overseas to France on the 11th of August 1918 and joined No. 4 Squadron in northern France. Flying was dangerous, even outside bombing raids and dogfights. On the 22nd of August 1918, Keay's aircraft collided with another aircraft from No. 4 Squadron. Both wings fell off his machine, and eyewitnesses reported that he then spun into the ground from a height of around 4,000 feet. Following the crash, Keay was immediately rushed to the nearby 39th Stationary Hospital with fractures to both his legs. He died of wounds later that evening. He was 23 years old. In the years following Seawood Keay's death, his family and friends inserted commemorative notices and poems into a local newspapers in his memory. On the 7th anniversary of his death, his mother Clara published this: "There's a memory comes at nightfall, hidden thoughts of other years, as a face that's filled with sweetness as I view it through my tears." His remains were buried in Air Communal Cemetery in northern France. His name is also listed on the Roll of Honour on my right, among almost 62,000 Australians who died while serving in the First World War. His photograph is displayed today beside the full of reflection. This is one of the many stories of the service and sacrifice told here at the Australian War Memorial. We now remember Second Lieutenant Seawood Peter Keay, who gave his life for us, for our freedoms and the hope of a better world.
Please stand for the reading of the Ode and the sounding of the last post.
They shall grow not old, as we are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget.
We leave you this evening with the words of the memorial's founder, Charles Bean. Many a man lying out there at Pozières or in the low scrub at Gallipoli, with his poor, tired senses barely working through the fever of his brain, has thought in his last moments, well, it's over. But in Australia, they will be proud of this. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, that concludes the last post ceremony. On behalf of the Director, staff and volunteers, thank you for visiting the Australian War Memorial today. We wish you all a very pleasant evening.